And then a record button. All right. All right. Aloha,
Said,
everyone.
thank you, Patricia. I didn't realize I
Mm-mm,
went over 2 minutes. I'm so
mm-mm.
Okay. Aloha, everyone, in another level living land. Welcome, welcome, welcome to another episode of Freedom Fridays. So happy that you're here because we're in store for an amazing treat. I am sure all of you are ready to be more seen, heard, and felt. And our special guest today, Dr. Patricia Rogers, is going to share with us how to be more visible in this virtual world that we are in. Let me tell you before I introduce her and you, let me let you know what this show is all about. This show, Freedom Fridays, is all about supporting you as the entrepreneur and achieving success in your business and life harmony so that you can stress less, strengthen your relationships, lead with more energy, ease, and momentum, work smarter, not harder, and my favorite, create your own time, money, and emotional freedom so that you can be more present with your loved ones. Please give another level living warm welcome to our special guest today, Dr. Patricia Rogers. Thanks so much for being with us
Whoop,
today.
whoop, whoop, whoop. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, totally.
Awesome, awesome,
Totally.
awesome. I'm happy to be here, Heather.
I'm so happy that we're so happy to have you. Like, we cannot wait to hear the amazing nuggets and wisdom. And I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, when she speaks, it's like food for the mind, body, and soul. So let me let you know who this amazing lady is. Dr. Rogers, she will inspire you to get up, suit up, and show up. Her company, Unity and Service Virtual Platforms, allows you to increase your leads, enhance your network, and promote your products and services through public speaking and networking. Dr. Rogers doesn't just speak, she creates a transformational environment. Her positive energy, authenticity, and ability to move you into a space will inspire you to do more so that you can be more. Oh, so good. And her confidence is 100% infectious, empowering you to step outside of your comfort zone with assurance. Dr. Patricia Rogers currently resides in the United States, and she is a visibility strategist, two-time award-winning international public speaker, two-time award-winning international best-selling author, event host, organizer, and promoter. And she's also a business consultant and a social media marketer. Oh my goodness, Dr. Pat, this is so amazing. So happy that you're here with us.
Awesome. Thank
I see we
you.
got two of you. Do you want me to move this other one?
You can move it.
Okay. I'll put it in the radar. All right, there we go. Okay, Dr.
Oh,
Pat,
shoot.
tell us what is it about visibility? Why is this something that's so important? And what is it that kind of why do we want to bring awareness to this topic today? Tell us.
Oh, wow. That's a good question. Thank you so much. First of all, again, thank you for having me. Um, I'm always happy to be on platform, on speaker microphones, on events, anything that has to do with visibility. And why is that so important to me, or to all of us, really, who say that we are entrepreneurs? And that is so important because we have to be seen, we have to be heard in order for people to know who we are, first of all, what we do to enhance the services that we provide that will enhance their lifestyle as well as their life. So, in order for people to know what we do, we call it branding, of course, branding. And some people call it bragging. You can call it whatever you want. But at the end of the day, we have to get the message out before as many people as possible. And one of our proudest achievements in Unity and Service is that we have hosted and dedicated ourselves to hosting virtual events since the pandemic. We've done over 50.
Nice.
And prior to that, we did live in-person conferences annually, once annually. And now with the pandemic having come, we are able to do at least 6, 7 events a year.
Oh my.
And that affords a platform for entrepreneurs to do just that, be seen and be heard. And ultimately, they are in a position to, when you speak, you're in a position to build credibility, you're in a position to enhance your leads so that you can indeed get new clients. And definitely, definitely, building relationships is the bloodline to our businesses and to our success in any form of life.
Oh my
That's
God.
my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Yes, that's a powerful story and something that's so true because one of the questions that's coming up is maybe like what is it that gets in the way of even sometimes us putting our message out there and our visibility from your perspective?
Ooh, well, one thing got several things gets in our way. Sometimes, I'm sure you've heard it said many a times, we get in our own way.
Yes. Yeah.
We're the first problem that we have is our own, self desire to do other things rather than sometimes those things that are necessary so that we can get the visibility and raise our level of influence that we need. And those are just personal things that come up. Some people feel they don't have the time. That's a huge one, a lot of times I hear. But I have an answer for that too. And you want me to give you the answer? You want
I
me
was
to
going
wait?
to say,
I
what
don't want
is
to
it?
be. I don't want to
Don't
be
wait.
ahead of the game.
No, what
But
is
at
it?
any
Tell us.
rate, I hear that so often as a business consultant, as a social media marketer. I hear so often, well, I don't have time. Well, I'm going to tell you one secret. One of my tips and my secrets for me that works is that, Dr. Heather, is first of all of my applications that I use, be it LinkedIn, be it Facebook, be it Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, whatever it is. The first things first. First thing is that they are all on my phone.
Okay.
Secondly, my phone goes with me everywhere I go.
Okay.
And
Okay.
how much idle time do we have during the mid course of the day, any time of the day, that we are doing nothing? But some people want to use social media when they get on the computer. And this is the point that I'm stressing. If we wait till we get on the computer, we're not only going to forget what we got on the computer for, we're going to find ourselves doing so many other things that we didn't get on the computer for, because that's
Mm.
just the way it happens. But when our apps are on our phones, I can check social media when I'm having dinner. After dinner, I sit at the restaurant. I sit there deliberately just to look at my social media. That's my quiet time. And then, of course, if I'm sitting in the car waiting on, let's say I take my daughter to the doctor's office, I'm sitting waiting on her to come back out of the office. I'm on social media. Even when I go to the grocery store, I get in my car. I already know, as an entrepreneur, we have so many people pulling on us. So I already know my
Yes.
network is on social media. So
Oh
if
my.
my network is on social media, that means that I need to check in. I
And,
hope that
and
makes sense.
no, that
That
makes
means I need
perfect.
to check in. Doesn't mean I have to spend 20, 40 minutes at that moment. I need to check in because guess what? I have raised my level of authority. I have increased my visibility, and therefore people know who I am because they have learned to get to know me, like me, and trust me. So a lot of my friends, I call them friends, associates, colleagues, whatever you want to call them, they're on social media. So I need to check in.
Well, and it only takes 2 seconds to take a nice selfie, right? And post it up there and share it and let people know that you're there. So that I get what you mean about that time. That's just one of those things that we tell ourselves, but we actually can find the time. So,
Absolutely. You can work social media and it's not even what you just said is great, but you don't even have to, you checking in. People are talking to you because you have put yourself in a position to be noticed. So if that's your network, check in. Somebody on social media sending you a message or even sending somebody else a message. And what I need to do is show up. That means I need to engage. All I got to do is make a comment, leave emoji. It's so simple nowadays that
mm,
all these platforms have given us tools to use. All we have to do is use them. And you're right. It doesn't even take 2 minutes. I could be watching TV, check my phone, and I can see whether somebody's talking to me. If they are, I see something. It's just a matter of managing our time. But most importantly, it's about wanting to, because we as individuals can do whatever we decide that we want to do. But
oh,
sometimes we don't like to do that particular thing. So we use that as an excuse. Well, I don't have time.
yeah.
Well, if you don't have time to make yourself known and visible on social media, because that's where 4.5 billion people, that's what the majority of the world is. So we don't have time to make ourselves known visibly on social media platforms, and it's several of them, then guess what? We don't have time to make money.
Mm. It was interesting because after you were talking, I was thinking like, what would you tell someone who's fearful of social media? Like, um, I'm scared to be seen. I don't know if it's if visibility is gonna um Like there's a lot of resistance. There's a lot of resistance to even being seen. You get what I'm saying?
Yes, and that's true. The first thing I'm going to say about that is because I've heard that too, and I had to start using social media years ago, and I felt the same way. I felt the
Okay.
same way, but I knew one thing for sure. Whatever Dr. Patricia Rogers wants in life, it's not going to happen unless I make it happen. That's number one.
Yes.
That means I have to take the leap no matter how I feel. And I always say, my goals are waiting on me. They don't care nothing about whether I have a headache. They don't care whether I'm shy. It doesn't care whether I lack confidence. My goals are waiting on me, and it's up to me to take the
Hmm.
leap. And I'm going to say this when I talk about taking a leap.
Okay.
I had a lady just the other day, just recent, probably yesterday. She said, I've been following you for years on social media. Hit me up in the messenger. I've been following you for years. And the first thing come to my mind, you've been following me for years, but you never came to any of the events I host. She's probably one of those people who are intimidated about being on social media. But this is why it's important for you, Dr. Heather, me, Dr. Rogers, to be on social media, because what happens is we give those people who are intimidated permission.
Woo!
We give them permission. If I'm doing it, you do it too. Because if
Yes.
it's working for me, it's going to work for you. And I
Oh,
know I've inspired many, many people to
so
use social
good.
media.
So good. Well, and tell us how does your speaking and presentation support for entrepreneurs, help them in achieving business and life harmony success?
When we pivoted to online, what it does for us and for the entrepreneurs is it raises their level of authority. Number one, it
Okay.
gives them again visibility, which let allow people to, first of all, when you have speak at any platform, not just ours, any platform, you're putting yourself in front of more than one person at a time.
Nice.
That's a bonus. Secondly, you're getting content from that particular. Most people will give you the content when you speak, whether it's this podcast. I think that was one of the first questions I asked you. Will I get the content? Because when I repurpose and repost, that's still content so we're giving you something that you don't even have, you're going to have for a lifetime content. And it can be
Yes.
repurposed over and over in so many ways, cut short to fit all platforms, whether it's 10 minutes for LinkedIn, whether it's 60 seconds for Instagram, whether it's 10 minutes or 60 seconds, up to 60 seconds for TikTok. All you got to do is cut it up. That gives you a quantity of content. So all of our speakers get that. Our speakers also are privy to the email list of the attendees that attend our events. And I make that disclaimer known at the beginning of our events. If you do not want your email out there, please direct message me on this platform and I will not include it. I've never had anybody tell me that.
Awesome.
Because if you're an entrepreneur and you don't want your email out there, then you're not making money.
Yes.
And
And
my
see,
events are set up for entrepreneurs to be seen, to be heard, so that they can increase their sales as well as get the visibility and make those connections. And that's one of the most rewarding parts of me hosting events for the last 10 years that we've hosted them in person. And then the pandemic hit, we went from traditional to virtual. And the best part about it is when I see somebody when you speak on my platform and you didn't know doctor this one or doctor that one, or this person or that person, and then the next time I turn around, I see you all have connected. Now she's on your platform and you're on. I'm good, sis. I'm
yes,
good. My mission has been accomplished
it
because that's our
creates
desire.
it creates this ripple effect. It creates this
Absolutely.
wave. And as you were talking, like one of the things that came is not being visible, right? We become the world's best kept secret. And how many people are not even being served as ideally as you, as the entrepreneur, because that resistance of not showing up. Like now's the time. Now's the time. If not now, then when?
Right.
If not you who is listening, then who? And so the other question that was coming to my mind, and maybe you can help us bring more awareness to this, is what is brand visibility and why is it something that's so important?
Brand visibility is important because number one, you want to make money. That's number one. Let's just
Okay.
say it like it is. And if
Yes.
people don't know what you can do for them to resolve any situation that they may be facing in their own life, then you do not put yourself in a position to earn the money that you deserve for the services that you provide. Does that make sense?
Yes, yes.
You
And you,
have to have, so it's just like being at Walmart. I wouldn't have known about, none of us would have known about Walmart if Walmart didn't stay in front of us at between every commercial. And then
wow.
what happened, it raises the curiosity. And the curiosity, and what happens, eventually we say, let me go see what that store has to offer.
Mm-hmm.
So this is why brand visibility is so important, because the more we stay out there consistently, people become curious. And when they become curious, then they come see. And once they come see, it may just be what they need.
Mm.
But if we don't show up, if we're not there, we're not consistent, if we're just checking likes all the time on social media, if we're not posting on social media until we decide, I see it quite often, some people will not post until they write a book.
Mm,
Well, you wrote the
really?
book, and now you're putting the book in my face, which tells me, number one, you've been seeing my stuff all the time.
Mm.
But you didn't decide to show up until you decide to support me in my endeavors and build off my network, because you knew you was gonna write that book. So if you get up, suit up, and show up and start going to other people's events and showing up, letting them see who you are, visibility, getting them to hear you and get your brand in front of them. When you write that book, now you got people who will buy that book because they know who they're buying from.
And what it does is that, like you had mentioned before, it's about the relationships. It's about this prosperity power by partnerships, by relationships, by your, like, I'm thinking about that quote. They talk about your net worth is your network.
Yeah,
Well, each of us have, I'm sure, many friends, many people on social media, and even access to so many. It was interesting that I was reading a statistic, Dr. Pat, just recently. It was talking about how oh no, what was it? It was like 60% of businesses fail because of the inability to bring in capital, right? Well, if we're not out there doing and saying the message, then how can people know who we are and how we serve? So this is
right.
something that you're highlighting that's so essential. What other methods do you use to be visible? Like, and which is more effective?
Oh wow. Okay, a lot of methods that I use, the
Okay.
simple methods. It seems a lot, but it's not. It's just that I use social media. Like I said, all of these resources allow us to, they make the job easy. I definitely post on social media, as many platforms as I can be on. A lot of times people say don't get on too many platforms. Well, I always say I keep my head in. I do have two favorite platforms, but I keep my head in the other platforms because I don't know where the people are coming from, but I know they're everywhere.
Okay.
And one way that I am able to post on TikTok, uh, Instagram, as well as, because those are not my favorite platforms, but I'm there. But one way, Twitter, one way I'm able to post on those platforms that I don't have time or I'm not really that fond of, I still be there because I use the scheduling process. Every single platform allows you to schedule your post out at no
Okay.
additional cost. It's just
Nice.
a matter of sitting down, making it happen. You can schedule out as far as a month, 2 months, whatever. And then when I'm on vacation, those pictures I want to post while I'm on vacation, I'm good because I know I've already scheduled my post to go out for social media. Now all I have to do is check back in on every now and then on those on social media. When I'm there, it's going to pop up and let me know somebody made a comment on what you posted whenever. So
Mm.
now got to do is engage. Hey, how you doing? Thanks for commenting. Whatever. Another way is Facebook Messenger. Facebook Messenger, a lot of people don't know that's called the power tool. And that allows you every direct message, whether it's LinkedIn, Facebook Messenger, allows me to talk to you personally. So if you've asked to be my friend, I don't have to go to your page and write on your page. All I have to do is click that little button over there in Facebook Messenger and say, hey, Dr. Heather, I noticed you just checked like, or you requested to be my friend, or you checked like on a comment, and how are you doing? And are you an entrepreneur? That's my first question.
Nice.
Are you an entrepreneur? My second question is, do you attend virtual events? It's called targeting your market, because we do not have time to sit up and just interact on a friendly basis just to be doing it. We have to go on social media with purpose.
Yeah, the word that was coming was being intentional,
We
purpose,
have to be.
purpose driven. Well, what speaking of events, what events you got? What do you got coming up? How can we be able to get to know more about you? Like, let us know where we can. I'm sure you're all on social media, ladies and gentlemen. So make sure you connect with Dr. Pat. But let us know, what do you got coming up? How can we get to know you
What
more?
do I have coming up? I have an event coming up on July the 5th,
Okay.
and that is networking it's a networking and marketing extravaganza. And you
Hi.
can click that link right there. That link right there below, visibility.eventbrite.com, and secure your seat. And just for today, anybody that catches, well, I'm not going to say just for today, anybody that listens to this replay, we do have a certain number of complimentary tickets available. So when they're gone, they're gone. And then the cost would be $10, I believe it is. And then the last minute cost would be $27. But if they want to get any glimpse of this interview now or later, between now and I guess July 5th, if the tickets are available, they're welcome to secure a seat, complimentary seat, to attend this event so that they can see how we serve entrepreneurs through our platform for public speakers who need to
Yay.
get their information in front of the masses.
Yay and yes and yes and yes. So we're going to make sure that that's in the show notes as well as in the comments below this video. So make sure you get your complimentary ticket, because once they're gone, they're gone. So you're going to definitely want to go ahead and do that today, right away. Oh, so
And I'm
good.
excited. I have to share. I'm very excited to have, when you've been knowing each other for years, and we're both in W Women's Prosperity Network. And I always call us an icon because we've been there so long and we just go so
Yes, we
committed.
have.
Yeah. And I'm glad to say that I'm happy to finally have you on our virtual platform
I'm
also.
so excited too. I'm
Yeah,
so
this that
looking
July.
forward to. I know it's going to be amazing. I know that the beautiful part, that one of the things that I'm even most excited about, Dr. Pat, is the ability to be able to network and connect with even other entrepreneurs that I would have never even been able to meet
Yeah.
without coming. So this is another thing to highlight the power and the beauty of visibility, because it's about those connections, right? Like being able to be known before you need it, like our dear sister Sherry Martin says, and how that happens is by sharing your message. So good. What
That's
would
right.
be your biggest takeaway for, like, that you would want to leave us with today?
Oh, what I would like to leave the audience with today is something that I live by. Number one, we must be consistent no matter what. We must be consistent. Don't let a week pass and you're not on social media, interacting or posting.
So good.
When you post, be personal. Don't just post your business content. Let them see you having dinner. Let them see you at the mall. This is the only way we're going to get to know people, because we are global. And you will
Mm.
not be invited to my house for dinner. So I have to. And the last thing, of course, I want to add, Dr. Heather, is be authentic. Social media allows you to be you. When you see some of the things that other people are doing on social media that you think are ridiculous and weird, look at the number of the stats that they're getting. So just be yourself. Get up,
So
suit
good.
up, show up with purpose, and
Oh,
know that when you do it long enough, somebody is already watching, and as time progresses, they will begin to respond. That's my
wow.
story, and I'm sticking to it.
Wow, Dr. Pat, Dr. Patricia, that was so amazing. Like, okay, so everyone who's listening, sharing is caring. If you were inspired by this video, which I'm sure that you are, make sure you share it out and give someone else the gift of being visible in a virtual world. Go ahead and put your comments and your biggest takeaway in the comments below. Dr. Pat, tell us what's your website, so therefore they can also be able to get to know or to continue to know more about you even beyond this event. How?
They can go to the post right up here. Which one is
Okay.
it? Right here.
Yeah, right there.
Right there. What is it? Right there. PatriciaRogers360.com. That'll take them to all of my platforms, social media sites. And also they can send me a calendar. They can schedule on my calendar if they would like to speak at one of our upcoming events. We have one spot available still left for July. And we are going to have a plethora of speakers, but they can reach me right there at Patricia Rogers 360.com. And I would love, love, love to hear from you. And we have our platform does not discriminate. All you have to do is tell us you want more visibility, and we would love to have you a part of our network, as we would like to be a part of yours as well.
Oh, so
That's my
good.
story. I'm sticking to it. I'm
Ladies,
Dr. Pat Rogers, visibility strategist, and I am the CEO of Unity in Service, where people need people.
that's right. Oh, that's right. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, let this message marinate into your mind, body, and soul throughout the weekend and even beyond after you get your ticket. And here's the thing. What Dr. Pat has shared with us is that we can have visibility our way. It's not about how other people are doing it. It's about you owning your uniqueness and brilliance and being able to let that be seen, heard, and felt in the ways that are going to be able to really connect to the people who need your services the most. So thank you so much, Dr. Pat, for blessing us with your wisdom and coming and sharing your message today. This has been absolutely amazing.
Yes, and thank you so, so, so much for having me today.
Totally my honor and pleasure. All right, everyone, another level living land. We'll see you again next week for another episode of Freedom Friday.